Hello again, welcome to our 7th session in our series on the path to Game 2. If Game 1 is walking, Game 2 is flying. And the jump is what gets you off the ground. So that's what this session is about. Prepare for liftoff with your team. In the last session, I asked you to go back and get your team. Pick your team 2, your Game 2 team. And you need to then bring them along the path to this point. So go through the 6 sessions before this with them and do the exercises as well. And then let's take a moment before liftoff to reflect on why we're doing this and how this works. You see, when you fly in a plane, you take off and the idea is you go somewhere and land. But with Game 2, the idea is you take off and you go up there and you stay up there. So we need to talk about why that is. When a baby swift leaves its nest for the first time, it jumps out and it tumbles towards the ground. And as it tumbles towards the ground, it has 2 seconds to learn to fly. Fly or die. Why does it fly? I think it's because deep in its swift spirit, it understands that the reward for flying isn't just staying alive, it's winning as a swift. It's not just flying for food, it's flying for the sheer joy of it. It's flying because it loves it. How does it fly? It just flaps. It flaps and it keeps flapping. And you know how long that baby swift will go on flapping for until it lands again? How long is its first flight after it jumps out of the nest and flies away? 2 years. It flaps for 2 years. Actually, it doesn't flap, it flies. It learns to fly better and better. It flies like the bird it is, the champion flyers of the world. That's why a swift flies, because it loves it, and that's how it wins. So that's the swift's jump. Let's talk about yours. Because however well you were doing before the COVID wave hit us, you need to be on your A game now. Well, why be on your A game down here if you could be on your triple A game up there? Because if Game 1 is walking, Game 2 is flying. Why walk when you can fly? Imagine being super connected as a team. Imagine feeling super connected with your colleagues, with the people around you, and with your customers. Imagine being sharper, faster, more creative, more resilient, making better decisions, jumping over tough problems, getting more done with less effort. Imagine being twice as good. Well, the Game 2 program is built around 2 core principles. The first, that every team can be twice as good. The second, that a few small changes in behavior can make that happen. So what are these changes that drive the difference between Game 1 and Game 2? 5 things and 1 thing. The 5 things are a cycle of behaviors, the 5 drivers. These are all things you do already in Game 1, but you don't do them intensely enough, you don't do them often enough, and you don't do them in a connected way as a team. The 5 drivers, you recognize them. We know these activities, we know how to do this. The 5 drivers are looking, connecting, hunting for delta, learning and winning. But you need to learn them and practice them in Game 2, in the Game 2 version, to make the jump to Game 2. And that's the difference. When you put them together in the right way and you practice them together as a team, these 5 drivers power up the one thing that makes all the difference. And that is your change intelligence, your CQ. You get liftoff into Game 2 by activating your CQ as a team. Everyone knows about IQ and EQ, but the jump to Game 2 happens when you recognize the existence and the power and the potential of your CQ. Remember, 95% of our thinking is automatic and unconscious, and our CQ is therefore mostly dormant, unless we wake it up and shake it up. And when we do, it's not just like finding a new gear, it's like finding a new engine. Change intelligence is two key powers combined. The power to see the world differently and the power to make it different. CQ connects thinking with action and change. CQ drives innovation, change and growth. And the Game 2 program is designed to shake up and wake up your CQ, your change intelligence. Game 2 happens when you move to a much higher CQ zone as a team. The 5 drivers will take you up there, and the 5 drivers will keep you there, provided you keep using them. You've got to keep using them to keep sparking up your CQ, or it goes back into the default unconscious mode. Just like the Swift flapping its wings. It's no good flapping them now and then, every couple of days. If you want to keep flying, you've got to keep flapping. So we're going to focus on these 5 drivers in the next few sessions as we build up your Game 2 playbook. But my question to you is, when are you going to make the jump? The baby swifts jump because they want to fly, and the jump forces them to learn. They have to leave the nest. What will make you jump? What will make you jump away from Game 1? Well, it helps to have a crisis, a burning platform, a problem you can't solve in Game 1. Your homework for this session is to make a list of challenges that you find right now are too tough and too much. But the best reason to jump away from Game 1 is because Game 2 is better. A lot better. Why walk when you can fly? See you next time. Bye for now.